Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we have seen that how to create this view user form and how to backend code for this. So if you haven't watched that, then just go to description and check out the link. In this video, we are going to start the designing with the update user and we will code for it. So let me quickly close this one and move back to the forms. So first thing what we have to do is over here is we have to create a new form. So right click on this. Click on new, select JFrame form, and I'm going to give it a name, update user. You can give any name as per your choice. And click on finish. It will create a new form. Right click on this, go to properties, and we will make some changes. So select the code over here, and I'm going to set a size for this one. That is 860. And for this one, 538. And hit enter. Let me quickly copy this one, and before we move to properties, what we have to do is we have to check this generated center. So what will happen whenever this form pops up, it will pop up in the center of the screen. Go to properties. After this, what we will do is we will change the maximum size to the same, and the minimum size also to the same. And also we will select this undecorated. This will what it will does is it will remove the unnecessarily close, minimize and other options from the. Now we can close it. Now the task related to this one is done. Next thing, we have to connect this one with the dashboard. So go to dashboard, go to design and double click on this update user. So this will open a pop-up like this. This is btn update user action perform. So whenever we click on that particular button, what we have to do the operation. So in that case, I want to open that particular form. So I will use the existing code which we have implemented in the previous videos. So BD utility open forms, and the first thing what we have to pass is we have to pass a form. So update user dot class dot get simply name, and the second thing we have to pass a object of it new update user. Now save it. Now quickly test this one. Run file. And if I click on this one, and here you can see this form is opening in the center of the screen. After this, we will start the designing and also we will set the background image. Let me quickly close this one. So we will move back to this user registration, and from here to copy all of this stuff. The name, gender, everything we will copy. Buttons as well. Let me quickly copy this one, move back to update user, and we will paste it over here. Next thing what we have to do is we have to start making changes into these all. Okay, we can move this one to the little right. Like this one. We'll also move this one right. Next thing what we need to do is we have to make the email column above these all, and we also want one search button as we have seen in the quick overview video. Let me adjust these accordingly. Like this one. After this, we need another button. So what I will do is let me quickly copy this one and paste it once again and move it over here and change the size for this one. Change the text to search. Change this one to btn search. Hit enter. After this, bring it over here like this, and everything is in place. Next thing, we have to change the name for this one. So right click on this, edit text. This is update user. Hit enter. Move it to the little bit of the left, and this is update. So change the text to update. This one is clear as well, and we need to also change the text field for this one. Change edit btn update, hit enter. Let me quickly move this one a little bit on the left and also minimize this one. Okay, if that is not working, then we will move all of the things to the little bit right so that it looks nice. Okay, now save it. Next thing what we have to do is, we have already changed the name for this one to btn update, and this one is by default btn clear. We will go to design and we will remove all the code whatever came up with it. So these all we need to remove. We will manually code it whatever is required over there. This is for btn update action. This clear form, also clear it. And save it now. And here you can see this. Now everything is working as expected. Before we dive into anything, first thing what we have to do is, whenever we click on the search button, I want to fetch that email ID and search, and also set all the required things into all of these fields as well as to this image view. And before we do that, again we have to set the background image for this one. So we will set the background image first. Go to source, and over here go to top, move back over here, and here what we will do is bd utility dot set image, and we have to pass the current form. After this we have to pass the path, so that is images slash abc1.jpg. Save it, and after this we have to move back over here, right click on this, go to properties, and we have to check for the size. So 835, 547. So back over here, change the size for this one. Remove these brackets, and after that we have also need to set the form border. So this dot get root pane dot set border, and with this one we have to pass the border. So we will get that from border factory dot create matty border, and into this one we have to pass the width from every side. That is 4, 4, 4, 4. You can increase or decrease as per your choice. And this is of color black. And save it. Now we'll go to the dashboard and we'll run it and test it. Go to update user, and here you can see this one is visible now. Next thing what we have to do is, whenever we click on this by adding some email ID inside this one, it needs to fetch all the details and put into these all fields, and also set the image inside this one. You can quickly close this. Go to update user, go to design, this one little bit left side, and there is a very less gap between these all, so we'll make it like this, and we'll select all, we'll move upside. Now it's better. Okay, so let's quickly dive into the search button. So double click on this, and this will generate a btn search action perform. Inside this one, first thing what we have to do is we have to extract the email ID. So string, let me minimize this one. The string email is equal to txt email dot get text dot toString. After this, what we will do is we will check for that particular email is valid or not by using the regex. So string email regex, that is regular expression, not, and the brackets a dash to z, small a to z, then 0 dash name, then we have to also use underscore dot and hyphen, dash is allowed, plus at the rate, and after at the rate, capital A to Z, small a to Z, then 0 to 9, dot and hyphen is allowed, plus any number of times. Now save it. After this, what we will do is we will simply check if not email dot matches, and into this one we will pass the regular expression. Then what we will do is we will show the pop-up J option pane dot show messages dialog. Into this one we will pass null, and secondary thing we will pass is the message which we want to show, that is invalid email. After this I will pass one message, that is to that pop-up headers, so that is invalid. And after this I am going to pass one icon. We clear this J option pane dot error message. Save it. If this fails, in that case we will show this message and simply return it. After this, what we have to do is, if this is a valid case, it means that email is available or email is valid. In that case, what I will do is we will put the try and catch block, exception ex, and we will do ex.print start trace, and we will show those exception in the J option pane dot show messages dialog null, and we want to show the message, that is X, complete error object. After this, over here what we will do is we will get the connection object. Connection conf is equal to connection provider get conf. Save it, move it over here, click on this one, and we have to check the another one, that is view registration. Go to source, and we have imported java.sql.star. So we'll move back over here, go to the top, we'll import it. Now error is gone. After getting the connection, what we have to do is we have to create the statement st is equal to con.create statement. After this, we will execute the query that will return a result set. So result set rs is equal to st dot execute query, and into this one we will write the query over here. So in this one we will type select star from user details where email is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus plus, double quotes, single quotes, and to this one we will pass the email. If while rs.next, it means that we got some data. If we don't get it, this one is if rs.next, if we don't get any data, in that case we will show the message J option pane dot show message dialog. Into this one we will pass null. After this we will pass the message which we want to show, that is email not found. After this we will show the message header, that is not found. After this, warning message J option pane dot warning message. Now Alt Shift F to format and save it. After this, inside this, suppose we got the data. In that case, what we will do is we will simply set the txt name dot set text, and we will set the text from plus dot get string, and we will get the name. After this, what we have to do is we have to check if rs.get string, and from this I will get the gender. So gender dot equals ignore case is male. Then what we will do is we will select radio male dot set selected is equal to true, and radio woman radio female dot set selected is equal to false. Else, in else case, we will do the reverse. So radio female dot set selected is equal to true. Radio female dot set selected, not radio female, radio male dot set selected is equal to false. Now we have set the name as well as the gender. Alt Shift F to format it. After this, what we will do is we will set the contact. So txt contact dot set text. Into this one we will get rs dot get string dot into this one contact. Now save it. Txt address dot set text, and into this one we will pass rs dot get string, and we will pass the name. So address, this is a column name from the database. So txt state dot set text rs dot get string. Into this one we will pass state. After this we have txt country dot set text rs dot get string. Into this one we will get the country. After this we will get the unique registration. So unique registration, we have to declare that one variable outside of this one so that we can use it later. So string, and that is unique reg is equal to null, and we will move back over here. Unique reg is equal to rs dot get string, and we will pass unique registration ID and save it. After this we will get the image name. So string image name, and this is from db, is equal to rs dot get string image name. Save it. Now we'll test it that all the fields are being set or not. After that we will code over here to set the image by fetching it. So right click on this, run the file. Okay, not from here. We will go to the dashboard. Right click on this. We'll view users. Okay, there is no image. So I will copy this one, the email ID. Update user. Go over here, search for an invalid one and try to search it. Email not found. Let me delete this one and search it now. And here you can see this is now being set. So if I select this one is also working. test5@millimeter.com, test5. The thing is being set at this every place. Now the image is not being set. So we will code for that one. So go over here, move back. After this, what we will do is we will check the existing image name. Okay, we will create another variable over here, a string existing image name is equal to null. Why I am declaring it outside? So that I can use it in other methods as well. So let me copy this one, paste it over here, and is equal to objects dot is null. Into this one we will pass image name from db, and or if image name dot db is empty, in that case we will pass null, else we will set the image name from db. Format it. Next thing what we will check is if not objects dot is null. Into this one we will pass the existing image name. If this is null, it means that we don't have image set for this particular user. So in that case, what we will do is we will simply print or set this lbl image dot set icon to null. Suppose I have searched for any other user previously and now I'm trying to search for new one which doesn't have image, but still it will show the previous image if we don't set it to null. Alt Shift F to format. Let's go into the if block. In the if block, first thing what we will do is we will get the image path. So string image path is equal to bd utility dot get path, and into this one we will pass image plus file dot separator plus existing image name. Save it. After this, what we will do is we will create a file object. So file image file is equal to new file, and to this one we will pass the image path. Now save it. After this, we will check if image file dot exists, if that particular image exists or not. If not exists, again what we will do is we will set that image to null. Else lbl image dot set icon to null. Format it. If we have that image, in that case we will create a image icon. Icon is equal to new image icon, and into this one we will pass the image path. Save it. Move back over here, import it, alt and enter. Import this Java Xstring image icon. Save it. After this, what we will do is we will create a image object. So image is equal to, and from this icon we will get the image dot get scaled instance, and into this one we will pass the size of that particular label. So 322 286, and after this image scaling way. So image dot scale smooth. Now save it. Next thing we have image icon resized icon is equal to new image icon. Into this one we will pass the image. And finally what we will do is we will simply set into the lbl image dot set icon, and to this one we will set the resized icon. Now save it. Now quickly test this one. So run file, click on this one, paste the email ID. Let me quickly close this, go to view users, copy the email ID. Let me quickly close this one, search for this and search it. Now here you can see this. Now the image is being set. Okay, so this one is working as expected. So let me quickly close this one and back over here and move that to the users. So into this one we have two. Let me quickly cut these two and move back to top, and we will declare these all over here. Alt Shift F to format, unique registration ID, existing image name. Another thing we have to set as buffered image original image is equal to null. After this, import this one. After this, we have file selected file is equal to null. Save it. Next thing what we have to do is, whenever we click on that label, this particular label, what we have to do is we have to open a file chooser, and where we have to select the specific image. So in this case, what I want is, why I remove the older code, because this time I want to get the control of that only JPEG file should be shown, should be selected. And another thing is, there is a manual close button. In the previous case, you have seen that manual close button and maximize minimize option is there. I don't want that also. So I'm going to remove all of those stuff. So how to do that? We are going to see it now. So go to source, move back over here, right click on this, events, and here we will go to mouse clicked event. We will enter over here. Into this one, we will start with creating a JDialog object. So JDialog, alt enter, Okay, it's not showing us for now to import. So dialog is equal to new J dialog and save it. Next thing what we have to do is we have to set dialog dot set undecored to true. It means that without any form border, as I mentioned earlier. So dialog, and we will set the size for this one. So set size, I'm going to set the size for this one to 600, 400. You can increase or decrease as per your choice. Alt Shift F to format. After this, what we will do is we will create a JFile chooser object. So JFile chooser file chooser is equal to new JFile chooser. Move back over here, JFile chooser, and import it. Let me copy this one and paste it over here, save it, and it's working fine. Next thing what we have is we have to create a file name extension filter. Create an object of file name extension filter. This is filter is equal to new file name extension filter, and into this one we will pass the filter, that is JPG images. We will pass the extension over here. So here you can see this is where arg arguments. So we have to use any number of arguments you want to pass, you can pass it over here. So we will be passing only JPG. After this, file chooser dot set file filter, and we will pass the filter into this one. Save it. Next thing what we have to do is file chooser dot add action listener. Into this one we will create a new action listener. Make some space, put the brackets and curly braces, and save it. Okay, into this one, if we hover over this, not an abstract, okay. Into this one, we will create one method, that is public void action performed, and into this one we will accept action event E, and we will open and close this one. Alt and insert, Alt and enter, and import this particular one. And here you can see this, now the error is gone. So whenever we implement this class, we have to implement this method as well. So inside this one, first thing what we will do is we will get the selected files. So selected files is equal to file chooser file okay, it will not work over here. So what we will do is we will first check for if e dot get action command. It means that if some user has selected that one, click on OK. In that case, we will check that if that one is done or not. So over here we will select JFile chooser dot approve selection. If this is the case, then what we will do is make some space over here. So selected file is equal to file chooser. Then we will copy this one and paste it over here. File chooser dot get selected file. After we will use a try and catch block to handle the exception. And this will be basically IO exception. And we will simply print the exception in the console. Save it. Alt Shift F to format it. Okay, so it's showing that exception IO is never thrown in the body of corresponding try block. So we will be writing code which will throw the IO exception, then this error will automatically be gone. So original image is equal to image io dot read, and into this one we will pass the selected file. Now save it, and here you can see this. Now the exception is gone. Next thing what we have to do is we have to calculate the width of the original image. So int original width is equal to original image dot get width int original height is equal to original image dot get height. Save it, scroll a little bit. After this we will calculate the label size. So label is equal to lbl image dot get width int label height is equal to lbl image dot get height. After this, what we will do is we will get the scale x and scale y. So double scale x is equal to double label width divided by original width. Save it. Double scale y is equal to double label height slash original height. Save it. Next thing we have to calculate the scale. So double scale is equal to math.min, and into this one we will pass the scale x comma scale y. So what we are basically trying to do is we are trying to get the original image. After that we are resizing that particular image to the size of that level which we have declared over here. So we are going to change the size of that image to put this particular box as per this particular box. So those calculations we are performing over here. Next thing what we have to do is we have to get the int scaled width is equal to int, and we will multiply this original width into scale int scaled height is equal to int original height into scale, and save it. After this what we will do is we will create an image from the original image. So image scaled image is equal to original image dot get scaled instance. Into this one we will pass the scaled width, and we will pass the scaled height, and we will pass the scale type. So image dot scale smooth. Now save it. After this we will create a image icon. Icon is equal to new image icon, and into this one we will pass the scaled image. Save it, and finally we will do lbl image dot set icon, and we will set the icon inside this one. Now save it, and after this what we will do is after doing these all operation we will dispose the dialog. So dialog this one, after this one dialog dot dispose, and after this all method what we have to do is we have to simply call dialog dot add, and into this one we will add the file chooser and save it. Dialog dot set location relative to this, and also make the dialog visible. So dialog dot set visible to true. scroll down and save it. Now the task related to the label is done. First thing, we are opening a dialog of this particular size. After that, we are applying the filter. So whenever that pop-up will open, it will show by default JPG will be selected. After this, whenever we click on OK button after selecting any file, then it will check that if you have pressed OK or not. If you have pressed OK, then in that case, it will get the selected file, original image, and resize it. We have done the calculation for that. And finally create the scaled image object, and we have set to the label. After that, we have disposed that particular form, and then we have closed the box itself. So let me quickly show you the demonstration for this one. So right click on this, run file, click on update, search for that particular user. Let me quickly close this, go to this one, close this one, go over here, search for it, view. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. Here you can see this. Now we don't have the close and other minimize buttons over here. By default, here you can see this, files of type JPEG is selected. You can select all, but by default JPEG is selected. If I move back away, only JPEG file will be visible over here. So I'm going to select the one, click on open. Here you can see this image is scaled and shown in this particular box. Next thing what we have to do is, whenever, here you can see this, now I can, okay, this one is being performed by one. Okay, so let's quickly check that if we have that code or not. So update over here, go to design, this one, right click on this, events, item state change. Okay, so we have to put this particular code. So if radio button male is selected, in that case radio female needs to be selected as false, and if radio female is selected, in that case radio male needs to be selected as false. Next thing what we have to do is we have to write the method again in order to save the image and also to clear the form. So first thing what we will do is we will move back over here, right click on this, okay, double click on this. This will generate a clear form event. Over here we will write one method to clear it. So private void clear form txt name dot set text, and this one to double quotes. Now what we will do is we will copy this one, okay, 6 times. After this we have txt email, after this we have txt contact, after this we have txt address, after this we have txt state, after this state we have txt country, after this country we also have to check the radio button as well. So radio male dot set selected is equal to false, radio female dot set selected is equal to false, and also the LBL image needs to be set icon as null. Now save it, and we will simply copy this one and paste it over here. I'll shift F to format everything. Now we'll test this one. test5 @melinator.com. Search for it. Okay, email ID not found. Okay, we will randomly put the data into all of these, and we will test the clear button. So if I click on this, here you can see this, everything is cleared, and also the radio button is unchecked. So it means this one is working as expected. Next thing what we have to do is we have to go to this user registration. We have to go to the source code, and we will copy the method, that is save image. So simply copy this method. Go to user registration, go to design, double click on this one. We will move back to this update action perform. Below this I'm going to paste this, that is save image. We will select the original image is not null and selected file is null. In that case we will put that into that image folder, and then we will return the name of it. Now this method is in place. Next thing what we have to do is we have to start coding with the update functionality. So over here, first we will put everything in try and catch block. We will press Alt Shift F to format everything. And inside the catch block, what we will do is, if anything goes wrong, we will simply print in the console. So print a start trace. In the try, first we will extract the name. So name is equal to txt name dot get text. Save it dot to string. So if you hover over this, here you can see this redundant string dot to string. Explicitly type can be replaced with where. So we are not going to use Java 11 or up above features. So that's why I'm using the string variable itself. Okay. Next thing we have a string gender is equal to double quotes. We will check for if radio male dot is selected, then we will set gender is equal to male. Else if radio female dot is selected, gender is equal to female. Save it. Next thing, we need to extract the email ID and also we have to write the regular expression. So I will move back. I guess I have written a couple of minutes ago. So I will copy this whole part and make some space over here. Alt Shift F to format. So txt email.getText, and this is the regular expression which you have to add. And after this, we have to check for that if that matches. If it doesn't match, then invalid email, and invalid, this will be thrown. After this, we will check for contact. So string contact is equal to txt contact dot get text dot to string. After this, we will write the contact regex is equal to caps D, and this will include of size 5, as we have decided to go with the 5. And after this, dollar symbol, and we'll close it. Again, we will check for if not contact dot matches, and we will pass the contact regex. Then we will show the message J option pane dot show message. Show message dialog. This will be null. After this, we will pass the message that is invalid contact number. After this, we will pass the header that is invalid, and after this, we will pass the icon. So J option pane dot error message. Now save it and simply return it. Format this one. After this, we will extract the address. The string address is equal to txt address is equal to txt address dot get text dot to string. Save it. After this, we will extract string state is equal to txt state dot get text dot to string, and save it. After this, we will get the country is equal to txt country dot get text dot to string. Save it. After this, we will check for all the fields for null or empty, because after fetching that specific details, user can also delete it. So in that case, we have to check for null before updating it. So if name dot is empty, or email dot is empty, or contact dot is empty, or address is empty, or state dot is empty, or country dot is empty, or gender dot is empty. If any of this is the case, in that case what we have to do is we have to simply show the message JOption pane dot show message dialog. Into this one we will pass null, and then the message we have to show, that is one or more fields are empty, and the header for this one will be field empty, and the message which I want to show is JOption pane warning message. Save it, and from here we will simply return it. I don't want to perform any operation after this. After this, what we have to do is we have to get the connection. So now suppose everything is validated and everything is successful, then we'll get the connection and we'll validate the email exists in the database or not. Suppose someone is trying to update their email ID. In that case, if they are trying to update with an existing email, then again we have to check it over here. Connection is equal to connection provider dot getCon. Save it. After this, we will put the try and catch block. If anything goes wrong, then what we will do is we will simply show JOption pane dot show messages, and it is this one null and exception object ex. Save it. Inside this one, first thing I will get the another connection object. We already have a connection. So what we will do is we will create a statement. Statement st is equal to connection dot create statement, and save it. And we will call statement dot execute query, and we have to pass the query. So select star from user details where email is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus plus email, double quotes, single quotes, close it. If, and this will return a result set object. So result set rs is equal to format this one. Into this one we will pass not rs.next. If this is not the case, it means that that email, whatever we are trying to update, it already exists. In that case, we will show JOption pane dot show message dialog. Show message dialog, and into this one we will pass null, and after this we will pass email not found. This one is in the case where actually we have to check for that particular email even exists or not. Suppose we have entered an email and we have searched the value, and after that we have changed the email. So in that case, we will check for that particular stuff, that is that email exists or not. So we will throw email not found. JOption pane dot information message. I will simply return it. If this is not the case, then what we will do is we will first save the image if that one is selected. So string image name is equal to save image. We will call that method and close it. And here is the catch. If that image is new image selected. In that case only we are going to update this. It means that this should not be null. In that case only we will update the existing record. So if image name is not equal to null, and update query, we will declare one variable string over here, string update query is equal to, or we can declare like this, update query is equal to, over here it's not null, it means that the image has been saved. So update user details, set name is equal to question mark, comma, gender is equal to question mark. Actually we should not update the email as well, so we are not going to update the email over here. So gender, contact is equal to question mark, and then we have address is equal to question mark, comma, state is equal to question mark. After this, country is equal to question mark. After this we have image name is equal to question mark, where unique registration ID is equal to question mark. So we are not allowing user to update the email. So we have name, gender, make some space, name, gender. After that we have contact, we have address, we have state, we have country, we have image name, where unique registration ID is this one. We will copy this one and we will use in the else block and paste it, but we have to make a small change. Over here we are not going to update the image name. Let me quickly delete this particular stuff and make some space and save it. Now after this, now our query is ready. Now we have to prepare the statement. So prepared statement is equal to connection dot prepared statement and to this one we will pass the update query. Save it. After this, prepare statement dot set string, this will be 1, and we will set the name over here, and we have to copy this one multiple times. Alt Shift F to format everything. This is the name, second one is gender, third one is contact, fourth one is address, fifth one is state, sixth one is country. So this order, this is the one that is name, 2 is gender, third one is contact, fourth one is address, fifth one is state, and sixth one is country. So till here it's same in both of the queries, right? After 6 we have to check if image name is not equal to null. In that case what we have to do is, let me format it. Over here we will set this one as 7, we will set the image name, and 8th will be the unique registration ID. In else case, in prepared statement dot set string, 7th will be the unique registration. Okay, save it. Now we'll scroll it. After this, what we will do is we will simply call prepare statement dot execute update. We will save it and we will simply call JOption pane dot show messages dialog. Into this one we will pass null as first argument. After this we will pass user updated successfully, and we will pass confirmation as the message box header. Confirmation, this one will be, icon will be information. So J option paint dot information message. Now format this one, and afterwards we will simply call clear form. Save it. Now let's go to dashboard and run the dashboard, and let's quickly test the feature. So if I go to over here, let me quickly close this one, view users, copy this one, move over here, go to this, search for this one, and if I click on this, pop-up will be open. If I cancel and try to update it, here you can see this user updated successfully. But if I close it and search once again, the image is saved. Even we can try to update like this. If we make the change into this one, email not found. Paste this one, search for it, and we got data. Name we can update test 5555 like this. Change gender test. We will make the modification like this and update it. And now again we'll search for the same, and you can see this. Now we got the test also, and I'm going to update the image over here so that we can see if image is being updated or not. Click on update, user updated successfully. Let me search for this one once again, and here you can see this, we got the new image. So it's working as expected. So that's it for this video, guys. In the next video we will see how to code and design for delete user. So please like, subscribe and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.